rahmatullah. Let's discuss briefly, maybe in the next 2-3 minutes, about Zakatul-Fitr. It's going to be a quick one, inshallah. Zakatul-Fitr is the zakah, that is the food item that we give at the end of Ramadan to erase or to correct the mistakes that we've done during Ramadan. This Zakatul-Fitr is compulsory upon every Muslim, young and old, male and female, freed and slaves. Sa, that is Formul Nabi of the Prophet ﷺ. And for the young and slaves, zakah is compulsory upon their parents and masters, not upon them. There's nothing compulsory upon children. So what is compulsory on them is compulsory on their parents. So when you have enough to eat, you have to give out, the excess on behalf of yourself, your spouse, your wife, and your children. And if you have other, dependents with you, then you also give on their behalf. Any food item, scholars say, bin ghalib qutil balad, that is the staple food you consume. What is more common? What is common that you eat? Then you eat from that. Now it's almost common in every nooks and crannies of this country, or should I say the world, that rice is the most common food item, staple food we eat. So you give from rice. And you can hasten it. Instead of waiting to see the new moon for Eid, you can give a day or 2 or 3 before Salah. It's just like normal zakah. If your zakah is due this Ramadan, for example, it's not permissible for you to delay it until after Salah. It's haram. But you can hasten it, you can give it before Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ collected the zakah for 2 years from his uncle Al-Abbas. So that is to say, it's halal to hasten it, to collect it before time. That's why it's halal to give Zakatul-Fitr a day or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or 1 week or 10 days before Salah. There's no harm. But what I call injury time is when the new moon is set and you fail to give Zakatul-Fitr that night until it's morning, people are going for Eid prayer. That is injury time. Because the Prophet ﷺ says, Man addaha qabla salati fahiya zakatul maqbula. Whoever gives it before Eid, then he has done zakah. وَمَنْ أَدَّهَا بَعْدَ الصَّلَاةِ فَهِيَ صَدَقَةٌ مِنَ الصَّدَقَاتِ. Whoever he missed to give until after Eid prayer, then he has just given sadaqah. It will not have the strength, the power to erase his mistakes during Ramadan. So it's better to give earlier than to delay it. It's better. And those that you've given will also, weigh and ascertain how to survive on Salah day. If you give me 10 bags of rice on Salah day, I will be forced to sell out 1 or 2 bags to buy, other food items, other things, spices and so on, to cook. But if you give me maybe a day or 2 or 3 days, 1 week before, I will now maneuver to say, now I have enough rice, I will want this or that. But if I'm selling, often I want quick money. These people, they will just give you half the price, and you have to collect because you have no option. So it's very important you give earlier. And can you give substitutes, like if this person has gotten enough rice, can you give him like cooking oil? Some scholars say yes, no problem. You can measure it. Anything that you can measure or you can weigh, you can give as zakat. So there are climes where rice is not grown, but their staple, their common food is meat, like in the North or South Poles, Eskimos and so on. They cannot farm, but they can hunt. So can they give meat? Why not? You can weigh it. They give meat. So that's why it's not, specifically mentioned that you must give rice. No. Min awsat ma tut'imuna ahlikum. Min ghalibi qutil balad. What you consume normally and is normal to you, you can even eat that on Saturday. Then that's the food you can give out. Do you understand? It just happened that rice is more common everywhere in the world. That's why we give rice. But people that consume food from factories, like the Europeans, most of their food is packaged. They go to the supermarket and buy this macaroni, these things from the factories. They just break the polythene, the leather, or the pack, and then cook. You hardly see them, buying things, fresh groceries and so on. Everything is packed, everything is chemicalized, their own food. Thank you, sir. So you see, they also measure that. They have the measurement, like 5 grams, so grams. They don't need to open the pack to measure. You'll just take the weight, and then anything you can weight or measure, you can give us as Zakatul-Fitr. Time is up. I've given you grace. That's why I said to talk. I can talk like 1 hour or more. Jazakumullah khairan. Maybe tomorrow, if you have questions as regards Zakatul-Fitr, then you can. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.